Good afternoon and welcome to the Man United Agenda. My mic's muted, technical issue there straight away. Jesus Christ. Welcome to the Man United Agenda, and it is your preview show, and it's the Manchester United versus the Young Boys, Wally of the Week again. So let's go. Yes, everyone, and welcome to the Man United Agenda. I am Solo, and you've got Rebel in the house, Mr. B, and OMONDI. Welcome, guys. How are we all feeling after the victory on Sunday?
Marvelous.
Good.
Yeah.
Still buzzing.
Brilliant.
Still buzzing.
Brilliant. Excellent. So, guys, if you're watching the channel, please hit that share, like, and subscribe button. We're on the road to 1K subscriber. We are very, 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 very close of hitting that number. All it is just hit the subscribe button and you stand a chance to be in for the draw of winning a signed Bruno Fernandes football shirt. So, guys, let's kickstart the Rangnick era. First 30 minutes of the game, it seems like we had an identity. We had a style of play. All it was in the first 30 minutes, it's the lack of a goal. But obviously, the press seemed like we're pressing them, and automatically we sort of break Crystal Palace down. Half a season ago, we were saying we didn't understand and know how to break teams down. And it seems now this formation, the system, and one-day training, it's working, guys. So let's go to Rebel. Rebel, let's talk about the Rangnick era.
Absolutely, yeah. I suppose when you look at this situation, it was something that we've been crying out for pretty much all season here on the Man United Agenda, was a style of play, a system of play, a structure, and basically some basic tactics, for want of a better word, actually, is what we were looking for. And in a short period of time, it obviously started a bit during the Carrick caretaker role, that the fitness levels were being brought up, because obviously you need a higher degree of fitness than we were presenting previously to maintain a press style of football. It was not something that would come overnight, and we did tire out as the game wore on. But it definitely provides, I suppose, some hope for the way that we're going. And he's going to, obviously, as he works with these players in training, get their levels of fitness up. We're going to be extremely reliant on our fullbacks to perform some attacking threat in the width, because it's clearly a narrower formation. We're going to be looking for a higher work rate. Scott and Fred are going to, if they're in that back two, we're going to need to provide the protection in front of our centre-backs. We're going to be looking for Harry Maguire to regain his confidence. He's obviously had a run of bad games prior to his red card, and he's going to need to step that up, because that's something that Ralphie's going to be looking at. He's going to be selecting the on-form players. Just because your club captain doesn't guarantee you a place on the pitch. I think OMONDI is probably better placed to speak about our defenders than I am, being the defensive coach of the team. So I'm going to throw that one over to OMONDI in regards to the defenders.
Thanks a lot. Good to see you. So I'll take that on my chest. Yeah, great performance. Really great performance. I'm super excited. You could say overhyped by what I saw the other day. And this is from one, like Rebel said, from one training session. He's automatically changed the whole shape of the team, and we're looking really, really dangerous. The whole issue, like we said, couldn't break down teams last season under Ole. That was a big factor to us not winning the league, I believe. And then in space of like 45 minutes, like you said, Solo, we saw the shape of the team. At one stage when we had the ball and we were pushing up into their half, they couldn't get out. We camped them in and we were suffocating them. It was sort of like the system was almost like a two centre-backs, Scott and Fred. That's 2-2-4 with the 4 across the middle and 2 up front. So, and this is like half a pitch. You know, like when you do training drills, so attack against defence, it's like a half a pitch game where we're the attacking and we got overload on them and they're defending, and we suffocated them. It was absolutely unbelievable. And I know by the first half, I was absolutely buzzing because I knew it was coming. The 1-0 result where we control the game, could suffocate them, don't let them out, and just the goal was going to come eventually with the amount of talent we have and the amount of pressing and the amount of suffocation we put on them. it was always going to be a win for Man United. Did they get in behind us? Not really. Did we have any pressure on our defence, as Rebel's saying about defence? Defence was strolling out there. Just got to keep your eyes open, just control it. Don't get out of position. Listen to Ralph, what his tactics are. So basically, the defence for us now, we're talking about, forget the fullbacks, because they're hugging the touchline well forward. The defence would be the 2 centre-backs and the 2 midfielders in front of them. They're the ones who are standing on the halfway line, pushing up high, and just recycling the ball. If they give the ball away, we recycle it. Bam, 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 and then put the pressure on again. So these guys are really on form. All I want now is a bit more ability in the two, like Fred and McTominay, a bit more ball ability, be able to pop that ball into feet quicker, sharper. So probably Donny would fit in there better for me and Matic. But I love what I see.
Mr. B?
You had to squeeze Matic in there, innit? Matic ain't, bruv, I'm telling you straight, Matic ain't getting into this team. I'm going to be honest, bruv. He don't have it. I understand you talk about his positional sense and blah. He ain't getting into this team. If it's a game that United need to win, he ain't getting in. He might play tomorrow because we've already won. But I cannot see Matic getting into. His legs are done, bruv. I know you see Matic as this superstar, superhero, defensive-minded, bully beef maestro, bruv. In this formation, he's not going to be able to do it. You need legs. You saw the amount of effort that McTominay and Fred both put into the game. All right, they did lack a bit of quality. Well, Fred did a lot with that right foot, but McTominay was his normal McTominay self, just running around the pitch. So I'm with you about the person being replaced and that formation. I mean, I don't know what I was watching. I saw a video and we had our 4 defenders in their third of the pitch. Ridiculous. So yeah, long live Rangnick for now, boy.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I'm excited. I am gassed, I'm not going to lie, but I'm not going to get too excited. And the reason I'm not going to get too excited, I want to take one game at a time for the time being until... I'm not going to do it. Honestly not going to do it. I'm not going to say we're going to win the league. I'm not going to say we're going to do this, we're going to do that. I'm just going to give him one game at a time. I'm living in the moment. And at the moment, we went and we've done a job on Crystal Palace, which I'm excited about. And the reason I'm saying it is because last season and the season before we couldn't do what we were doing. So for me, I'm happy. I'm happy with the performance, especially on Sunday. So, guys, if you are watching, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We're the Mani Agenda, and we are so close to the 1K subscriber. It's like so fine the margin right now, how close we are to giving you someone the chance in the comment to win themselves a signed Bruno Fernandes football shirt. So, let's kickstart now, and we're going to be talking about one of the games that started off with Ole and his reign losing his job probably at Man United, and that is to do with the Man United, Young Boys versus Manchester United. Me and on Monday we went to the West Ham game after we lost to them, and we had so many people who came up and was saying about the performance, how bad the performance was. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to go into a little bit about Young Boys. We lost 2-1 to them at their ground. Obviously they're coming to Old Trafford. And the original news was we weren't sure what was going to happen due to travel ban, but now we know the game's going to go ahead with everything with it. So there's a couple of players we're going to be talking about and looking out for. But before we start that, do you guys at the moment think there's going to be a complete change of personnel come tomorrow? Let's start with Monday before we go into their team, Young Boys team.
Okay, maybe I've just got the quote here. It's not what I think, it's what Ralph says. And Ralph is my deity right now. Love the guy. He says, this is a quote from Ralph. He said about their lineup tomorrow. He said, it is possible. I don't know if we play a completely new 10 players because I don't know if we have enough players, meaning about the Champions League registration. You know, he doesn't really know at that time when he was asked. but it is definitely possible we could play some new players. So for him to answer like that, I suggest that he will be thinking about Norwich at the weekend and knowing that it's a dead rubber game. That means nothing. We are qualified. We are going to get through. Knowing that as well, I think we will change it around. The question is now, who are the fringe players that will get a game? And I think we can discuss that.
Yeah, let's go to Rebel.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it is a game that rotation is going to be a big factor in. We are looking to close that gap on the 4th place in the Premier League. So looking ahead to the weekend and to that North game, it would make sense for us to play maybe even the likes of a Dean Henderson. Obviously, Donny van de Beek is going to be looking for minutes. Anthony Martial. There's a few. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is going to need minutes to see if he can do that more advanced role that Ralph would be looking for, because otherwise it's obviously a position that we'll need to address in January otherwise, because you cannot expect Dalot to run every game for the rest of the season. So it would be a big game for Wan-Bissaka, because it is going to be something very new for him in the Manchester United shirt, in that the whole sitting back, putting in that tackle and defending is not going to be the benchmark anymore. So yes, I do expect a full rotation.
Mr. B?
I'm not expecting a full rotation. I'm expecting a part rotation. Let's be honest, I don't think we've got the squad to do a full rotation. I mean, we could discuss it if you want to, but I don't think we've got the squad to do that. And I wouldn't want us to lose the momentum that we built up in the last game. Maguire plays every single game. Every single game Maguire plays. So I'm expecting him to play. So that's one that's not going to be changed. But saying that, it would be nice for Rangnick to lay down the law and say, yo, you're not playing this game. You are going to rest. But I just feel, me personally, that I don't think they should change. I don't think they should change too much.
Yeah. To be honest with you, again, it's one of those ones where we're going into a game and we're talking about changes, personnel. I don't like to see a lot of wholesale changes, but I would like to see Wan-Bissaka come in the fold. I would like to see probably Donny van de Beek starts a game. I would like to see probably, I know people might not agree with me, but I would like to see probably Mason Greenwood get the opportunity up top on his own, just to give him a run out and sort of see how he can fit into this system. The future is bright. We've got a lot of young players, so we need to give them, again, Ingalo came on as well. Could he possibility get a chance in playing as well and giving some of the players a rest for the build-up? Because we've got to remember as well, it's going to be games after game in the next, 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to be playing quite a lot of games over Christmas. So this will be a perfect time now to give opportunity to some of these players. Lingard could come in as well at one stage as well within it. If, depends, again, like what OMONDI said, this is coming sort of like, we don't know what personnel they're going to use. It's just my thought on it, what I think they might do. Tomorrow on Wednesday, Ralph might surprise us all with something different. So threat that young boys pose on us. So let's start off with Monday. Monday, the last time we played them against them, it seems like we sort of a bit weak and we didn't have the sort of cojones to go in and basically take them down. We had players sent off in that game as well when we lost to them 2-1, sorry. But this is a game we should be building up full of confidence going into.
Yeah, totally. I mean, you have to remember, I know we lost the game, but obviously Wan-Bissaka came in with like a studs up foul, studs up, plugging the show again. There I go again, can't stop it. So he came in, got the foul, and went down to 10 men, and then they came back at us, wave after wave, and we made an error by sort of going. We were okay. We had 2 guys on the wide, which was Bruno and another central midfielder, I think it was, who were playing wide, and they kept the overlap. They stopped the overlap from happening. But then he went to a narrow midfield, and suddenly they kept getting the overlap, and they whipping in crosses, and we got an own goal, I think, and then they scored in the last minute. Let's talk about their side. There's a player that really impressed me in the first game. Always look out. The thing with the Swiss League, you have to look at it. They haven't got much money, so they have to dig and scout like African nations. So
interrupted there.
Yeah.
Their current squad they've got now is cost 47.47 million.
47.
Yes.
Okay,
Cheaper than
maybe we have got a lot of money. Yeah, well, that's all decent. That's more than I expected, actually, because like when they're looking at, there's a guy, Mishak Ilea, And he's a short striker. He played up front on his own in the first half, and I think he scored the first goal. Really busy, really quick. I'm sure he can get away from a few of our centre backs in the opening game. And I like the look of him. I had a look at him. He's from the Congo. They bought him. This is what I'm saying about the Swiss League. They buy players from Africa on the cheap. They've got currently 5 African players in their squad. Obviously, when you look at their history, they've come directly from African clubs. So this guy has come directly from a Congolese Democratic Republic of Congo club. And he's so far in 41 games, he scored 11 goals. And for Congo, for his national side, he's 6 in 20. And one thing, all I remember is he's very rapid and he gets away from defenders quite easily. Maybe this is a spotlight for him. Maybe this is a window of opportunity. And for a lot of players, they want to impress. They want to get that big move away. So when you look at Basel, for example, from Swiss League, they had Salah. They scouted Salah, brought him in. And obviously that was a shop window in the Champions League for him to demonstrate his skills. And he was spotted by Mourinho, and you've seen what's happened with him. So I don't see anyone of that sort of level in their side, but this is the one guy. They like the nippy little striker, short guy. Elea has really stood out for me in the first leg.
Yeah. Let's go to Rebel. Rebel, anyone stood up for you as well in the first leg?
One guy I've been looking at in the young boys team, now a bit like Bat Time, if they were standing in front of me, I probably wouldn't recognize them, but having researched one of them, Jordan Pifak was one that stood out to me. He's got Jordan Pifak is his name. He's American.
Yeah, the USA. I've got him 14-7. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the last 5 games. He scored 3 goals. He's obviously one of their key goal threats. So that would be one that I'd be looking out for. He stands at 6'3", so possibly an aerial threat to counter during the course of the game. So it's going to be someone that I'd be kind of keeping an eye on, and it'd be interesting to see how we actually defend these aerial threats, because even though we faced the Guard in the Crystal Palace game, I'm not sure that they got at us enough to give us a full idea of how the new Ralph defensive structure is going to hold out. So it'll be something to watch in the games to come, and this guy is going to be the next threat that we face.
Yeah. And Mr. B?
The goalie. We are going to smash them tomorrow. Listen, look, right? Let's not get it. There's revenge on players' mind. We were embarrassed in that first leg. Totally embarrassed. There's no way, even if we had Carrick in, I'm not going to say Ollie, if we had Carrick in, I don't think that we would have lost the game. Now that there is a structure and a pattern to the way that we're playing, I'm sorry, I don't see young boys doing anything in the game tomorrow. They've got a lot more injuries than we have. I'm sure they've got 6 or 7 players. Let me get my stats up. 6 or 7 players actually out of the game, not available to play. They've got, what's this man's name? Fast Match. They've got Montero. They've got Niam. They've got, I can't even say that man's name. It begins with a P, and he's out with a knee injury. And they've got Zeziga out. So that's 5 of their players. So this squad's not very big anyway. I know we said it was worth 47 million.
40. Sorry, apologies. I got it 49. 59. Apologies. 59.
More, all right, worth more than Fred. Fair enough. But I don't feel that they're going to be any threat. I mean, the carrot that they've got is the fact that they can qualify for the Europa. Depending on the Atlanta result. But I'll be honest, man. I'm looking at the game and I don't see anything that they have. I know we've spoken about the striker, 7 in 14 games. That's fine, but that's Swiss football.
Yeah.
The team is revitalized now. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll let you carry
Yeah,
on.
you got to look at Christensen as well. Christensen, midfield player as well. He's a player that we need to look at. Pardon?
So he scores goals.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, again, same stats again with him in the team. He's played 11 game starts and 7 goals as well. So he's a player, and he's quite tall as well. He's a player that we need to be wary of. Set pieces as well. He's very good on set pieces. Confident wise, I'm confident Man United should win. but at the same time, I'm holding game by game going into each game we play, and the reason I have to is because I don't want to get carried away too much. I will celebrate the victories, obviously, and I will celebrate and I will cuss when we lose. But right now, I'm on cloud 9, and I'm trying to stay on cloud 9 right now. So guys, if you are watching, please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. We are coming to on Monday, and then we're going to go through some comments.
Yeah, just really interesting. You're talking about being wary of players. I think TalkMU doing live commentary tomorrow. Speaking of pronouncing players, he's going to have to be wary, and otherwise he's going to be up for selection on Friday, I imagine. Yeah. So yeah, going to the we've got a lot of people in the comments again. Usual suspects. How you doing, everybody? Just going back. I'm just rotating, going way back to bath time. He says, "I'd like to see if he starts Greenwood at number 9, or if he sees him as an 8 or 10 role." We discussed this last night, didn't we? Where Greenwood would be better suited. I'd like him as number 9 as well. I think we all agreed yesterday in the show, Mr. BU with it and Rebel, that we'd like to see him as a number 9 rather than where he came on for Sancho the other day as a sort of 8-10 thing, you know. Hi, Connor, how you doing? Connor's saying about the rotation. He said, I can see us rotating 6 of the 11. Henderson will come in, Wan-Bissaka, hopefully with studs down, Donny, Martial, Greenwood, and Bailey in. What about the keeper? Oh yeah, he's got Henderson. Sorry, he's got Henderson in there. Yeah. And finally, Jackie. Hi, Jackie. How you doing? She said Wan-Bissaka will be back. Mason, superstar in brackets. Maybe Elanga, Hendo, Jesse, and Bailey. I like Elanga.
Sorry, can I just say something? Am I the only one that is offended about Jesse being named in this team?
Seems like it.
Because he posted a picture of him in a West Ham shirt, and he's still a Man United player. I don't care. He did it this season, bro. He did it about 3 weeks ago. Yeah,
do you remember when Paul Ince did that? When he posted a Man United jersey when he was still playing for West Ham, I think, and they wanted to lynch him. You've got like the 80s mentality.
No, it's 2021.
Come on, let it go. Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go.
All right. I'll keep my mouth shut. I'll keep my mouth shut.
No, you can't let it go because you don't know when that was taken. That could have, that could have been taken whilst he was playing for West Ham. So you don't know.
No, it was. My issue is don't post it while you are a Manchester United player. That is my issue. I'm sorry. I don't think he should ever be selected for Man United again.
Harsh, guys. What do you think in the comments?
Harsh. What do you reckon, guys? Let's start the debate. Mr. B believe Messi Lingard should never start for Man United, but imagine if he does start and does score, will Mr. B be celebrating it?
No, I won't. I will. Listen, you'll know anyway. I'll be on the watch along. If he plays and he scores, you will hear the reaction that I give.
Oh,
brilliant. We will be watching. Trust me.
I'm watching. Trust me. I'll be watching. So, with the formation they play as well, it's like a 4-4-2 they play formation and a 5-3-2 as well they play. With the system that Rangnick will probably adapt to is going to be obviously his famous 4-2-2-2, revert into sort of reverse with it. Guys, do you reckon? Oh, okay.
He's getting voters. He's getting people on his side.
Yeah,
Stop it, guys.
He's getting
take off the comments.
Yeah. No, I'm not even getting involved. People are getting too carried away. So, guys, anyway, let's start talking about the what's in front of us. Stats as well with young boys. It seems like they score quite a lot of their goals almost second half, between sort of like the 45th minute to sort of closer to the 60th minute in games. How will that affect us, Manchester United? I know we're saying we're going to brush them past. Mr. B said we're going to brush them past. And so let's go to Mr. B. Mr. B, young boys score most of their goals between the 40th minute to, say, the 60th minute.
We might give them a goal. We might give them a goal on the 55th minute to keep the game interesting. But by then, we should be freeing the goals up. So they can take their goal, their customary goal on the 55th or the 60th minute. I don't think it's any form of change to the result. The fact that you've told us, I'm going to assume that Rangnick knows that. So when they come out in the second half, he's going to have a plan to do with that whole. Maybe it's a press that they do or something that they do. There has to be something that they do that they change in the second half that will be dealt with. So I don't think it's going to make any difference. I know I'm dismissing them, but I'm just that's just I don't think it's going to be anything special from them at all.
Yeah. On Monday.
Yeah, with those sort of stats, you want to know what's going on at halftime, what the manager's saying to them to get them riled up, because to come out like that and really go for it is after 45 minutes to 60 minutes, that shows they're really going out there and must have got like a hairdryer treatment or something at halftime. The only question mark for me is about motivation, but I think the motivation is still there because all these fringe players, which could be playing, they would still want to impress. So if we don't need to win the game necessarily. But we want revenge for what they did to us. And two, the players are all on tenterhooks because they want to produce something. They want to play well and put themselves in the reckoning for a first team start.
Okay, quick one. I'm gonna same thing, but I want to come on to this as well. Rush just made a great point about Mata. He would love to see Mata get some minutes. So we're gonna come back to that. But go to Rebel first. Rebel, the consistency of young boys scoring those goals in the period of the game.
I suppose with respect to young boys, when the Champions League group draw was made, they were one of the bottom feeders in the entire selection pool. If you were the number one seed in your group and you saw them coming out of the pot, you'd have been saying 6 points, thank you very much, good luck and thanks, move on, no need to discuss it any further. Obviously we had our issues, but these are slowly being resolved, and I expect a more complete, a more structured and more dominant performance from Manchester United on Wednesday. I do not see them being a problem. The fact that they've been scoring at that stage of the game, with all due respect to them, they're doing it in the Swiss Super League, not in the Premier League. We are a different tier of competition to these lads. And because of our own inadequacies, we battled it in the game one. This is a different ball game.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Let's go to. I know I'm not going to even go to Mr. B. Let's go to Armando because I know Armando love to give some of these players, the old school players, a chance. So let's start talking about Mata quickly. Would you like to see just quick brief round? Would no Mata to get a run out? Yes or no?
Yeah, I'd love that. Forget about the press. He hasn't got the legs. He does press, but he does it intelligently. So I would love to see Mata. He's a proper player, and especially when we're camped in their half, he can produce. He can open things up. Brilliant player.
Mr. B.
Thank you. Mata can press in his head. So when it comes to the man running past him, what's the man going to do? Mata's going to tackle him in his head? Mata cannot play. Mata's finished. I don't even know what Mata's doing at the club. I love him to bits, but he should have left, done what he done, and maybe come back this season. But it looks like they're holding him on to become a coach. Well, guess what? Rangnick's in now, so they've held him on for nothing. I'm sorry. Mata, Matic, Phil Jones. Go on. Who else are you going to mention? Who else do you think should be playing?
Phil Jones wasn't registered.
Thank God for that. Mata shouldn't be playing. Sorry. I don't think Mata should be playing. No, he's too slow and he's too old.
Rebel.
With all due respect to Juan Mata, last season he played 9 games in total in the Premier League. He scored 1 goal, I believe, and he had 1 assist. But with all due respect to him, he's at the stage of his career. He's 33. He's pretty much made his peace with the fact that he's probably going to be retiring at the end of the season. If he gets minutes, it's going to be charity minutes. Unfortunately, that's all you can label it at this point. And it would probably be more appropriate to give him a run in the FA Cup against Stevie G's, Butler's, Aston Villa than against young boys in the Champions League.
They beat us, remember?
Yeah, they did as well. Oh God! So guys, let's smash that like, share, subscribe. We need about 8 subscribers to hit the 1K. So if you're watching, you're new to the channel, just hit it. Also hit that like as well. There's 11 people watching, so make sure you hit that like as well. So let's go on Monday. Let's do some comments quickly before we run through more.
Okay, yeah, just to reiterate, it's confirmed Phil Jones is not registered, so thank God, says Rushmano. The Norwegian guy, Odegaard,
yeah, he scored.
They're talking about the Arsenal game. They're 1-0 up. Andy Herbert's, yes. Mata needs to go this summer. Great servant, but he's finished, says Matty. And just sorry, where's what I saw a good one. See, I think Pogba's a nice lad. He just seems to lack intelligence on the pitch. He's not lazy. He's just absent-minded. That must be a response to something. Here we go. Pogba is in Dubai clubbing, says Lou Manu. Again, like, wasn't Martial in Dubai recently as well? Something
Looking
like
at
that.
his
Yeah.
family.
Finally. I think this is from Bath Time. Said I think I saw something saying the players were getting peed off with Pogba not playing and saying he's injured when they think he's okay. Oh wow! So this is all speculation. I think a lot of Pogba chat in the comments.
Yep, there is. It's basically divides, doesn't it, Paul Pogba? It does divide a lot of fan base. Because I was going to touch on it as well. I was going to bring up something about where do we see Pogba sitting on a new regime.
Bring it on.
Oh, I'll bring it. Guys, also, if you're in the comment, just let us know what your thoughts are on this. Paul Pogba coming back to Man United, where will we see him fitting in the system? Let's start off with Mr. B.
I think he's got to play one of the 10s, if I'm honest. The way that we're playing at the moment, I think he has to play one of the 10s. I'm not sure Pogba has the desire to have to go out there and press. But some of the balls that he would be hitting from deep, if he was to play in the McTominay or Fred role, his range of passing is different to anything that we've got in our team. So he can play anywhere. If he gets him in, I think Pogba can play anywhere. Any of the either the what we're gonna call them, the two defensive,
sixes and tens.
6 and 10s. I think he can play in either of those positions. I'm not sure he would get around the pitch as much as Fred does. Well, Fred has been doing lately, is probably what I should really say. But
Fred's been doing it all the time. You're just blinded of it.
Oh God, Solo. I think Pogba can play anywhere in that team. I think he could get it in. He's only going to be here for another 6 months anyway. So if he's not part of the plans or he's not going to do the job, then I'm going to assume Rangnick just won't play him.
Oh wow, Rebel.
Sorry, I was on mute there for a second. In terms, we're still talking about one Matt. I presume I was just looking up some data on Phil Jones.
Pogba.
But just quickly on Phil Jones, he can play. Sorry, Mr. B and OMONDI, he is eligible to play.
Yeah, we know.
He's not registered.
Yeah,
he's under the homegrown.
English, homegrown.
Oh, but he wasn't trained at the club from 18 to 21. He wasn't trained at the club.
Well, per bat time, he is eligible and available to play, and it would look like Google confirms this as well. So, but in terms of Pogba, whether or not he's
sorry,
free the Jones, T-shirt out, free Jones.
In terms of Pogba himself, it doesn't look like he's present mentally in Fortress Old Trafford anymore. If he does stay, the question will always remain, was it motivated by a big paycheck to keep him there? I don't think Ralph will want a player that will not give him 110% of the pitch. So it's going to be a question of whether or not he throws away this idea of it all being about Pogba and it being about the team. Some would suggest that he's already pretty much boarded the plane to Paris Saint-Germain. Whether or not that is the case, we'll find out in the next couple of months. But it's going to be a question of whether he can apply himself and play for the team. And if he can't, we won't see him in the lineup. That's pure and simple.
Are we skipping? I see we're skipping Mendel Hall's comments because he agrees with me. I was just making sure that you get somebody who actually agrees with me, because I can see this is an anti-Mr. B show tonight, you know?
Not at all, Mr. B. Your comment earlier, you got a lot of backing.
Yeah, you did for the Lingard. You did get quite a lot
of from the comments, not from my teammates on the panel.
Just to add, I think with Pogba, I think he has to be a number 6. Because if you look at our system, they stay there. They have to be disciplined, stay in that position, and like a quarterback, I think Pogba's deliveries, passing, his probing passing, his penetration passing, his no-look passing, he's got it all in the locker. I think he offers you a lot more going for in that role than McTominay and Fred. And I think if you discipline him enough, he's an athlete. He can do the job. Take out the little skills and stupid tricks and make him play more basic, more simple game. He'll be very effective. But no one's yet been able to do that with him. He still thinks he's a Showtime player, that sort of thing. So I think with his build, 6'3", wiry and strong, he could be a great number 6 if he just took that out of his game. So hopefully Ralph can see that in as well and try to develop him in that sort of role.
So bath time. I agree with your comment. And you put a comment down earlier, but you don't agree with my comments. But I'm agreeing with your comments. So what's going on? Where's the love? Phil Jones, listen, for me as a Man United fan, I know I do try to go on the wind up sometime about certain players, but Phil Jones give his heart and soul and he put his body on the line for Manchester United. In the FA Cup or something like, I would give him a run out in the FA Cup. Or even saying, for instance, if we are going to play fringe players tomorrow, I would definitely give him a run out as well. But that's me. I'm not the manager of Manchester United. So, guys, if you're watching, please like, please share, please subscribe. TalkMU ain't having none of it. He ain't having none of it about Phil Jones. Guys, hold on 1 second. Let's see. So, let's move on now to tomorrow's game on a player called Cristiano Ronaldo. Can any of us see him getting dropped tomorrow for this game? I'm sorry, for Wednesday's game. Can any of us see him here right now want to play every game, every minute of it? So let's go bath time. Bath time, Jesus Christ. I'm on every week. Let's go to Rebel. I've got bath time's got me in his head now. That's it, because of his comment earlier. I'm thinking about bath time.
That's what your missus says.
Yeah, I know. You know what it is? I was sitting there reading comments, and I was waiting for one comment that bath time say that I agree with, and I was going to say bath time. I've got you.
I want my rubber ducky and matey bubble bath.
Bubble bath, yeah. Quack, quack. So, Rebel, hit us up. Ronaldo, can we drop him under this new style of play and the pressing? Can he, because people say he can't press. He can press. The only problem I saw with him against Arsenal when we were pressing, roughly about the last 5 minutes, he was puffing a bit. Whether or not that's me watching the game or I was missing something, but he played against he played on Crystal Palace, and he seems literally very fit. Very fit. He was pressing. So do you reckon he still got it in those 36 years old legs?
Well, I suppose you have to look at the significance of the game in terms of the number of fixtures that we have coming up. Is it possible to drop him? To coin a phrase that TalkMU used, we could use a percussion sub, bring in Edison Cavani.
I'm not alone on this.
And, while we're at it, we could always play in VDB, Aaron Wan-Bissaka into the mix and absolutely mix up the whole lineup. Now, I'm sorry, I am having cut my two fellow Man United agenda presenters for the absolute botch job in the first 2 days of this Monday of the week. So, Mr. B, he's completely lined up for his Friday night takeaway. So he's absolutely minted. But in all seriousness, let's break it down. In terms of Ronaldo, can we drop him? Does he need to play? No. We've already done the business in terms of this Champions League group. There are bigger games. There are more important games on the horizon. We're literally playing every 4 days until Stevens' day, pretty much. So it's important that we do not unnecessarily risk players getting injured when they don't need to be out there. If there was something at stake, then yes, he would be playing. But in the context of tomorrow, it's not necessary.
Wow, okay. On Monday.
Yeah, what made me laugh, Sola, you said he was visibly blowing in the last 5 minutes. That's after 90 minutes of going at it, and it's good to see these blowing, and it's good to see these working that hard. So I think he's a super fit athlete. All of these athletes are elite. I mean, the warm up alone. Sometimes you see the warm up, and you'll be dead. I mean, some of these warm-ups they do as pros, bam, bam, you know, you'll be blowing. You'll be I'm done, bro. I'm done. Before that, so he's an elite athlete. He can do it. He can do it. But I just do think you need to rotate, and this is a perfect opportunity to rotate the game, rotate the players, for example, against the young boys, and bring him back for the Premiership, where we're on our charge, where the charge begins. I think we can start delivering some good results now. People will be fearful of us, and people will have to adapt their whole setup, and because our profile's completely changed now, so people will be frantically looking to see how to counter this kind of Jurgen game. What do you call it? The press or whatever.
Heavy metal football.
You know. Yeah, but I do think Ralph has kept some secrets to himself. So try as you may, it's not going to happen, guys.
Mr. V, Ronaldo undroppable, or it's as what Bath Time says, is basically this boy's obsessed with Champions League, really, isn't he?
Shit. He's going to want to play regardless of who they're playing against. As he is obsessed with the Champions League, but the manager has to be strong enough, and this is where strong managers, it's a game we don't have to win. It's a game we don't have to win. So I'm not, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't play, but I do expect him to play. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't start, but I do expect him to play some part in the game, just because he said he's obsessed. He's obsessed with goals, not even Champions League. He's just obsessed with goals, full stop.
Yeah. For Ronaldo, he will. I think he will start the game because he wants this whole thing with him with Champions League about breaking records. And at the moment, this guy is just a machine. He's 36 years old. I honestly think he could go still play football up until he's 40, probably in the MLS or something like that by then. But he's a machine. I remember going to Spain a few years ago and going to Madrid, and basically all it is, they didn't call him Ronaldo in Spain. They call him Robot, the Iron Man. That's all they were calling him when you were in Spain, because they were just saying the guy's a machine. That's what they looked at. But that was then. This is now. He's 36 years old and he still look in good shape. So guys, should Ronaldo start or should he be dropped? Leave your comments and we'll read it out. Okay, so if you're watching, please like, please share, please subscribe to the Mania Agenda. We are on the road to 1K subscriber, and next thing we're going to be talking about is our score prediction. So again, get involved in score prediction. Let's go to Rebel. Rebel, big up, Mark. Welcome. Rebel.
Let me just throw on my camera for this part. I have been having some technical issues, but for this part, I'm going to...
I think I've been having loads of technical issue today.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Right. I know Omondi's going to go 1-0, but I'm going to go for a big one. 5-0, Manchester United. I think we're going to absolutely batter these guys. That's what I'm going for. 5-0 Manchester United. We would be done by half-time.
Wow. I'm not even going to on Monday. I'm going to come Mr. B first because I don't want to hear on Monday 1-0, see the game out.
I'm with Rebel. I'm looking at Rebels called 5. Okay, I'm gonna call 6. I think there's gonna be trouble for them. Honestly, I just cannot see how, regardless if they play a slightly second string team, you've got Shaw and Wan-Bissaka gonna be playing all hellfire to make sure that they get their first team place back. You've got Van der Beek looking to impress the new manager. You've got Sancho, who ain't going to give up his place. You've got Fred, who right now is on cloud 9. You've got McTominay, who nobody cussed doing his pirouettes last week. And you've got Maguire, who's kept a clean sheet. So those players, right now, that squad of players, it should be dog eat dog in there. If you're playing, you hold that shirt and you don't want to give it back. Let the manager decide that you don't play. Don't let the performance drop off. So it's gonna be. I'm not. You know what? 6 might be me being. But we're definitely scoring more than 4.
Okay, and let's go to on Monday. What you got for us, please? Give me a different score today.
Please don't.
I will. I'm gonna give you a different score. I've tuned into Young Boys at the weekend. They lost at home, surprisingly, on their plastic pitch to Servette, who are just below them in the league. They're well out of the run-ins for the league table. They're about fourth. There's only a small league as well. I think we're going to win probably 5-0 as well. I've got a funny feeling, and I just want to see us. It doesn't matter who comes in, fills in. I just want to see the same performance that we put against Crystal Palace, where we camp them in their box, exhaust them, and make them take me off. I'm done out here. You know, just drain them, suffocate them, choke them out of here, and give them a little payback for what they did to us.
Can we just clip this, because he said something other than 1-0? I'm shocked.
It's a new era. It's a new era, man. I got my 1-0.
It's a new day. It's a new life. Call me. To be fair, I can only see this 3-1. I think we'll win 3-1. I think Christensen will get a goal against us. They're high pressing. I would like to see us get a goal in the first half this time round, rather than waiting till the second half. I just don't like us scoring in the second half. It's nervy, because the longer the game go on, the more I think we're not going to get a goal. But with Rangnick in at the wheels now, I honestly believe by tomorrow, within the first 15 to 20 minutes, we go 1-0 up. And probably stay 1-0. Second half, we get another goal, and then they'll get a goal, and then we'll get another one on like the 80th minute or something like that. Viva Ronaldo, get the winner. 3-1 United, or my boy Fred will score cracker again, a screamer. You guys still come on, man. I know you guys said, "Oh, Solo, you're right." By the way, I ain't heard that yet.
You've been right
Mr.
once.
B telling me nothing. This is me and telling me nothing.
You've been right once in 337 shows, bruv. You're not the guy.
You know what? One thing Solo does get right is his usual Solo 11. I think you got that right at the weekend as well. So well done with that. Yeah,
bang on. Yeah, but apart from I'm going to get Wally of the week, it doesn't sort of justify it anyway. Well, it depends. There's two of us on the panel this week for it. Myself and Talk.
Can I just say that OMONDI has got an assist in your Why of the Week because of what he done in the lead up. So I'm just saying it's a joint Why of the Week clip.
Can I just ask the people in the comments, when we do the abbreviation for Dutch players, we say Virgil van Dijk, first name. We say Ruud van Nistelrooy. We say Robin van Persie. Yeah. So it should be D for Donny, V, B, Donny van der Beek.
Thou dost protest too much, Kimusabi.
There we go. Rebel, you're always trying to get me in trouble, you.
Yeah. Box had to make a good point as well about, obviously, Young Boys, they normally win the league by roughly about 20 points every season. Seems like they're struggling. Not struggling, but Zurich is top of the league. And Zurich is top. They're well off the league. I don't know whether or not it's because of Champions League they're concentrating on. But we'll have to see. Just pray that we do end up beating them comfortable. There you go.
Thank you. There you go. Pause. So Box is getting it right. The third one in is Donny van der Beek. And if you look at the blooper the other day, it said, that's why Paul said, who's that? Because it said VDB.
And I weren't listening to you, and I thought you said W. That's why.
Amonde, I will tell you something.
Thank you.
When Solo wins next week, you've got nothing to do. You are part of it, yes, but let's be honest. Anyway, look, we'll save the clip. We'll save the clip for Friday, and then we'll see. But
you know
guys, this is a classic. I'll tell you this now. This is probably the best Monday of the week I've ever seen. It's a classic. Make sure you tune in this Friday, because I don't think I've seen. Listen, my belly's been killing me. I've been rolling over laughing. I cannot help but watch it. And the editing man up here, Rebel, is so cheeky. He loves to put it on people and makes it even funnier with his little edits. You got to tune in for this one. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
You got to. But I think, you know what, though? As bad as my one was, I think Talk's got a very close running. Very, very close running to mine. It's very close. It will be,
Yo.
believe you me, it will be very
I
close.
think you've got this one in the cabinet, as they would say.
Oh,
Anyway,
God.
it's over, Sola.
Oh.
It's over, for you,
Guys,
mate.
listen, we've been the Man United Agenda. This has been your Manchester United versus Young Boy preview show. We will be back tomorrow night as well. And remember, guys, we are so close to the 1K subscribers. We are that close to it. All you got to do is just hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and also just give us a like and also comment after the show onto YouTube link, and we will talk to you through there as well. And we also have got the community page, so make sure you check our community page out on with daily posts as well. But from us tonight, have a lovely evening and thanks for watching. Thank you. Bye bye.